Coming up on today's Market Watch video, it's time to pass along some reserve list information to you, my viewers. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. Hey everyone, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. I hope you're all having a great day wherever you are in this wonderful world of ours, filled with excitement around this Christmas time. It's December 24th. It's time for a Market Watch update. A lot of reserve list action has been happening on the markets. I found it very fascinating as I was tracking this week. I actually needed an additional 2 days since I put my last video together just to get a few bits of data from a few other websites as well as a few other stores I deal with, because some of the sales were really wonky. It was very interesting. You'll see that today as we talk about it. I found it kind of fascinating, and thank you for those who were patient. I know you were waiting for this information. Thanks for the extra day. I just don't want to get anything wrong when I pass this information along to my viewers. Let's get to this, all right? If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. Join in the fun. It's free to do, and it helps us get closer to 10,000 subscribers. Don't forget, at 7,500 subscribers, we're having a pizza party right here. Big live stream. Gonna have a blast. But at 10,000, you guys know who've been around for a while. If you're new to my channel, just pay attention to that 10K box you see in the background there. Watch my videos till the end, because remember, if you subscribe to this channel, you're getting something every single day. I come at you guys 7 days a week. You never get enough of the Mox, man, because I don't stop. We're gonna rock, man. Can't wait to see you guys in the comment section. For the patrons on the Discord, we are gonna have a good time. Of course, you can hit me up on the email if you've bought any of the new cards for our buyout, and there will be a video coming on that tomorrow. It's gonna be pretty exciting as well. That's Saturday's video. Gonna be awesome. All right, let's get to these cards. Let's start this ball rolling, shall we? Our first card today is Tetsumo Umazawa. I probably pronounced that wrong, but this is the guy in the lore of Magic that beat Nicol Bolas. That's right. Took that bad boy out, slapped him around, didn't need the Gatewatch, didn't need the big brother Ugin. He just took out Nicol Bolas by himself. Now, as a legendary guy, he's still kind of crazy. He is underpriced. I found him locally for $170 Canadian lightly played. The average is €217.75. The market has it at €189.96. And of course, €224 67 cents to get you that card. Now, format-wise, forget Legacy and Vintage. Let's look at Commander. With what's happening with Kamigawa, you got those people getting pumped up. They're buying ninjas. They're buying samurais. They're getting that stuff going. And of course, Tetsuo fits into that as a commander card to have. That's why his sales are starting to rise. Right now, I've marked him as steady, but a month ago, his sales were low. So the fact he's already at steady and moving upward, there are some people who are deciding to grab into this amazing piece of Magic history and snag it for their commander decks. It's not Vintage or Legacy. It's definitely Commander. I've seen the sales. I've seen the stats. I've seen what the guys at the stores are telling me. It is definitely going into Commander decks. So way to go. He's here. He's a big bad boy, and he beat up Mr. Nicol Bolas all by himself. Let's go ahead and take a look at card number 2. Ritual of the Machine from Alliances. Now, the sales on this thing are high. They're not super high, but they are high. This is a buyout. For those of you on my channel waiting to hear back with what was going on with this card, it does appear to be a mini buyout of this particular Black Control Magic, which is basically what this card is. It does have a home inside Commander. Vintage and Legacy decks, I don't really see using a slow casting card like this, but in a Commander deck, when you got to take control of somebody else's stuff, this could be the exact card that you are looking for. Even at sorcery speed, it makes perfect sense in some Commander decks. Now, the price is $20 Canadian, near mint. I could find some locally, although they said there were a few people buying them. Now, we also have an average of $29.99 US. The market has it at $20.78 US. €8.70 to get you that card. Forget the formats of Vintage and Legacy. This is definitely a Commander. It's definitely a mini buyout. There's no ways about it. All the platforms I looked at had multiple buyers, and on eBay there's a few people with the exact same signature I look for, so I know it's them. Guys, mini buyout, way to go. Somebody snagged this one pretty smart. It is a decent card. It will have future value, and it's reserveless. What can you say? Let's jump into some Arabian Nights with the Island of Whack Whack. All right, I just love saying that. Whack Whack. Sounds like Aflac, remember? All right, so we got it here. $600 Canadian lightly played. The average price, ignore that 5,600 and something. That was obviously a graded copy that caused things to spike up. But that market price of €463.97 is roughly where I would expect to see this card. €459.50 to get that card. Again, Vintage Legacy decks don't normally play this from what I've seen, but definitely a Commander deck could swing this card to make something go to 0. And with the Tomb of Yawgmoth and Yavimaya Cradle of Growth, you can still get mana from this thing in the right build of a deck, so I can see why people like it. The tap effect, put in a Maze of Ith, you have some good stopping power on the types of creatures you're dealing with. The sales on this card are slow, though. It's not like it's a driving force. People generally buying this card are set collectors, building up their Arabian Nights collections. People want to have a controlling stake in the very first expansion from Magic the Gathering. And as a reserve list card with epic artwork, I can see why people enjoy it. I myself have a copy that I bought for my Arabian Nights collection, but I paid $180 and it's inked. I just bought it for my collection because I had to have something in there and I couldn't afford the high-end copies. Very nice card. Great to see it out there in the list. Let's go on and check out our next card today, and that is going to be the Mana Web. Now this one had sales high, Weatherlight card. Don't underestimate cards like this. $36 Canadian near mint. The average is $31 US. The market has it at $21.95. You can find it €19.65. Now, formats again, expect to see this in a commander deck. These old, janky kind of artifacts can see a lot of play in the right build, and they can mess people up because they're unexpected. I gotta say, the sales are high for a reason. It's an underrated card. This card should be $100. It's not, but it is going to get there, and from 100, it's just going to keep going up. They don't make... Have you ever noticed Wizards just doesn't make decent artifacts like they used to? Artifacts used to be the epitome of power in old school Magic. Now they're like watered down things like the Shadow Spear, you know, or it's just those kind of things. They're not as unique as these anymore. It's kind of like a Force Field. Think of Force Field, guys. They just... Wizards doesn't make them like they used to. All the artifacts nowadays are pretty watered down and very specific, where big group effect ones like this can just mess people up. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next card, and that's going to be Flooded Shoreline. Now, this is one of those cards I was kind of like, huh? Very, very high sales, okay? Expect to see this on my top 10 reserve list video on Sunday. It is going to be there because its sales are too high not to be there, okay? Somebody must have done a mini buyout on this as the price has been falling. It's a Visions card. I get the fact, you know, you can return 2 islands to your hand and return a creature. In desperation, you might use a card like this, or if you have ways of just putting as much land into play as you need to, I get it. It can be a lot of fun to just unsummon a whole army of somebody's creatures. Flooded Shoreline does have some very nice artwork, I'll give it that. Now, $5 lightly played for a Canadian copy. The average is $4.82 US. The market has it at $4.73 US. And of course, €3.18 to get you that card. It has seen a little bit of play in Commander. It's definitely been falling in price, and people are buying it on the dip. Multiple formats. It's just being yum 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 at a whole bunch of different websites, being gobbled up. I feel like people are playing Pac-Man with this card. Say that, PPP. That was a lot of P's in there. So a lot of people playing Pac-Man, eating this card up, gobbling it down. I'm not quite sure if they're just trying to get a position in the card, or if they are just saying, hey, I think this card has some unique uses. I can't wait to see it abused, which can happen with reserve list cards when you least expect it. Our next card up is Library of Alexandria. Very interesting. Arabian Nights card. The sales are slow. You're probably wondering why I put it on the list today. The price is dipping. You look at that and say $2,000 Canadian for a moderate to heavily played copy, but on TCG Player, it's $13.97 US, which puts it around that $1,700 Canadian mark. That's pretty unique, okay? That's the lowest I've seen it for a long time. Somebody who's just trying to grab a copy, this is definitely in reach for somebody at least who has a bank account that can afford to take the hit buying this card. But wow. Now the average is 7,448. Again, graded copies get in the way of this thing. The market is $2,099.16 US. That's kind of what I'm used to seeing. And €1,697.63 to get that card into your home. But if you're looking for the Library of Alexandria, remember, it's vintage only right now, unless you're just playing with your own rules and stuff. You just want to kick it with some friends, and they don't care that you're playing with this card. And again, I don't think this thing should be banned in Commander. Come on. The Commander crew out there, whoever decides those rules, you got to update stuff, man. It's kind of ridiculous. It's a casual format, people. So I look at it and say, yeah, it's very affordable right now. It's a great grab for somebody who's got the bank to do it. Our next card up is going to be Mana Vortex. Now, I called this card out back when it was $4 a card. You look at it now, and it is well over $50 because it has uses. It was underutilized, under-realized. Way to go, those who snagged this card. You made a lot of money. Now, the sales on this card are high. This dark, amazing card, $60 Canadian near mint. The average is €52.74. The market has it at $48.24 US. And, of course, €42.03 to get you that card. Vintage, Legacy, and Commander. I have seen this used in Commander very effectively. A lot of fun. What can I say? Mana Vortex deserves to be here. I'm glad some people finally recognize the greatness of this card. It will again be one of those cards that hits $100 from the dark. It deserves to be there. Now our next card is going to be Mudslide from Ice Age. You want to stop those pesky creatures from attacking you? Just put a Mudslide in your deck, make them tie up their mana, mess those players up. There's lots of ways to build non-creature decks with cards like this that just stop people from every which way. You put an Island Sanctuary in, you put a Mudslide in, you put a Force Field in, you put Bubble Matrix in. You can mess people up in Commander. It's a lot of fun. All right, this card comes in at $6 Canadian. Can you believe it? $6 near mint. The average is $5.84 US. The market has it at $4.28. Wow, this card is so cheap. US, €4.97, and Commander, Vintage, and Legacy. Again, it's going to see mostly Commander play, but wow, the sales are high. There's lots of copies available still. This is a card that I can see, now that it's dipped down below the $10 mark, people are snagging it and grabbing copies and saying, I want a Mudslide. Oh wait, that's an alcoholic beverage. Come on, don't get tricky, people. We're talking Mudslide, the card in front of you from Ice Age, not the Mudslide you get for your wife. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the next card, and that is going to be General Jarkald. Now, I like this card. I have used this in a Commander deck. I have messed people up. So much fun, especially with somebody else's creatures. All right, Ice Age, $2 Canadian, lightly played. I found this thing on TCG Player for like 84 cents. The average is $2. The market's $1.48 US, €1.72. Formats are Commander, Vintage, and Legacy. But expect to see this guy Commander. Yeah, he's just a 1/2 creature, but being able to switch 2 target blocking creatures can mess people up. It is a lot of fun when other people involved in a Commander game are doing stuff and you make an alliance and go, oh, I'm going to switch those 2 guys, and they like slaughter the wrong creature. It's so awesome. General Jarkald, you should be like a $10 card. You're not there yet, but I can see you going all the way back up to where you deserve to be. Awesome Ice Age card. Next card up is going to be Musician from Ice Age. Again, a $4 card. Not very expensive, near mint copy. The average is $3.32 US. The market has it at $2.72 US. €1.81 to get that card. Commander staple. No, probably not. But I would like to see it in a Commander deck. It has a cumulative upkeep of 1, but it puts a music counter on creatures that they have to pay for every turn, for every music counter on it. So if you can find a way of getting a couple of turns with this guy alive, put a few music counters on other people's creatures, you can really tie up those beasties. And if you have ways of unsummoning, phasing out, you can keep the cumulative upkeep pretty low, keep this guy in the battlefield for a while, and he's only a 3 casting cost for 1/3, so he can even block. He's not a horrible creature to have. And I think people just kind of forgot that he exists. So way to go, Musician. I can see how you can mess people up. So there you have it. Some great reserve list action with some amazing cards. Looks like the market is not quite done with the reserve list yet. Even though it's the end of 2021. We're approaching 2022. Let's see what the reserve list will have in store for us. It's pretty exciting stuff, and I'll be happy to bring it to you each and every day. Market Watch updates. You can find it here. This is MTG Moxman. You guys have a great day today. Oh, don't worry. There's still like some more after the credits. I kind of do it that way. What would my world be like without patrons? Why, we wouldn't exist at all. Patrons make this channel go round and round, upside down, dodge that bullet, wanted style with a boomstick on the end. And don't forget my nachos and cheese. Patrons are amazing. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Well, you're back here again at the end for a home run hit of commentary and excitement. No, not really. But here's something for the 10K box. We got a Theros Beyond Death collector pack. We'll put... Oh, man, that box is full, isn't it? I know. Now, if you guys who are new to the channel, you've never seen this part, the end of the video, where I just kind of talk a little bit and just like hang out. This is where you can say, what's going on? What? This is where I do stuff. This is the end where I can just like be a chilled out dude and just say, yep. I added something to that 10K box, and when we get to 10,000 subscribers, you will see what happens with that box. But until then, everyone's going to have to keep guessing, but keep paying attention and recording those answers down. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Guys, chill out. Have a good day. I'm going to go crack a cold one and relax a little bit. Have a good one. I will see you for the top 10 on Saturday for the hottest selling cards, as well as, of course, the Sunday top 10 reserve list cards. And somewhere in there's a bonus video this weekend too, because it's the Christmas holidays, and I want you guys to chill out when you want to escape from your family and just watch the little Moxman on the side and go, oh, thank goodness I have something else to do than play with my nieces and nephews. Ah! Have a good one, guys.